And for further analysis, we're joined from Cairo by the editor-in-chief of Qnews newspaper and the Egyptian senator, Mr. Emad Eldin Hussien. Welcome to Qnews, Mr. Hussien. Sir, what triggered Israel's decision to resume airstrikes on Gaza, breaking the ceasefire that had been in place since January 19th?
Upon you all. I think that there is a set of factors that triggered the Prime Minister of Israel, Benjamin Netanyahu, the assault of Gaza. The first factor that Netanyahu wants to pressure Hamas movement in negotiation to accept his main proposal and not to go to further of the second phase and the extension of the first phase, said by Netanyahu and failed to achieve. Israel wants to gain or to get back their detainees without paying any price. In return, Hamas wants to have a ceasefire, Israeli withdrawal, and the final agreement. This is a problem. The second reason Netanyahu wants to use the aggression as a safe boat to get out of the acute failure achieved previously, and also wants to solve the internal disagreement within his government. In the accounts of the Palestinian bloodshed, naturally, this wouldn't have happened without the American support that Israel said that they gained it from the President Trump.
Mm-hmm. Well, sir, are there indications, or should we expect Israel to escalate its attacks beyond the airstrikes, such as ground incursions?
We cannot exclude any potential scenario by Israel. Netanyahu has had, along with his Israeli army, committed all types of aggressions, and there were war crimes being committed in the Gaza Strip, as the ICGs and the ICC clearly documented this, which is accepted. And therefore, what Netanyahu wants more, and I personally think that he will continue to pressure Netanyahu to gain a bigger more of bargaining chips and the extensions of the first phase, instead of going directly into or towards the second phase.
Mm-hmm. Mr. Hussien, now Netanyahu and his government have said that this assault is really prompted by Hamas's refusal to release their detainees. But do you think that this justifies the renewed assault on Gaza by the Israeli military? What sort of objectives are they outlining for the operation?
As you know, the Israeli politicians fully agreed that Netanyahu has a great privilege with that he is lying. We all know that upon the American pressure by Steve that the agreement was signed in the 19th of January. I outlined several points. Hamas movement have already executed all these points, and Israeli ended this agreement, and the second phase should have started in the long time, but evaded by Israel. Israel is going according to its perceptions, and even its internal disagreements are based on in the favor or in the account of the bloodshed of the Palestinian people. It's not in the favor of Hamas to fight. Why? It is triggered for the resumption of the fighting. The main reason that Netanyahu wants to get back the detainees for free and to control completely on the Gaza Strip as well as the Salahuddin corridor, and to have a free mobilization in the Gaza Strip as he is doing in Syria. He also wants to commit and continue aggression in Lebanon without paying any price or even to abide with the agreement reached by the American effort. This scenario is clearly is to stay for the having the full strength and already Israel has already agreed upon.
Well, speaking of which, sir, what's the future of the negotiations? How far will Israel's military escalation complicate the ongoing negotiations for a potential detainee exchange?
Affect on such negotiations. We cannot exclude this matter, and there were efforts made by the mediators, particularly Egypt and Qatar. Unfortunately, US has agreed upon the resumption of the fighting, according to Netanyahu, but all this would rely on the size of the aggression. We know that the casualties have already reached to more than 340 martyrs and 200 injured. Does Hamas would retaliate? And if this would happen, so it is the following scenario by Israel. Given the way that the United States have been acted against the Houthis in Yemen, and they reportedly say that would give the green light to Netanyahu. So we cannot exclude any scenario and for the region to go into the comprehensive conflict.
From Cairo, that was the editor-in-chief of the Shuru newspaper and the Egyptian senator, Mr. Emad Eldin Hussien. Mr. Hussien, thank you very much for joining us.